365 days a year, the team at Gator Motorsports lives and breathes their work, a formula race car constructed from scratch. Brought together by strong passion for engineering and automobiles, these students skip schoolwork, sacrifice sleep, give up weeknights and weekends, all to work in Concord towards a checkered flag at the Formula SAE Series in Michigan. Something's working. The program is perennially among the best. What they do is exhaustive. But if you ask them, it's never once felt like work. Perfection, tantalizingly within our grasp, teasingly out of reach. It's a quest the 26 members of Gator Motorsports know all too well. Since 1991, a collection of University of Florida engineering students have come together to dream up and design a race car. The team is often placed in the top 20 at their annual competition in Michigan. It's no easy task, crafting the perfect automobile. But in the pursuit of perfection, there's beauty and brotherhood.
We spend all of our time here. This is basically our group of friends. We almost, in a sense, live together and eat together, and we make the designs hand in hand together, and we manufacture this car hand in hand together.
It's a Friday night in early spring. It's 3 in the morning and the Gator Motorsports garage is buzzing. Some tweaking the engine's intake manifold that supplies the fuel and air mixture. Others fine-tuning the throttle body, which regulates airflow into the engine.
Not everything will be perfect, but working as hard as you can to get it close to that is what made us top 10 the past 2 years.
So pretend this is your bolt.
For a team concerned with maximizing straight-line speed up to 90 miles per hour, their upward trajectory has been arguably more impressive. Each May, team members travel to Michigan to test their design against 120 programs from around the world at the Formula SAE Michigan. From a car that didn't finish in 2011 to one that placed 9th out of 120 entries in 2014, the team has improved each of the last 4 years.
I want to win. Just getting there and doing our best won't cut it anymore.
With that will to win driving them, the members craft their vehicle to Michigan specifics annually. The team enjoys virtually unrestricted creativity in regard to their designs, building a 3D rendering of their vehicle and working to fashion almost every individual part, from steering wheel to gas pad to brake pedal.
I may need to be here from 6 to 12 even though I have an exam the next morning, which means I need to study after 12 that night, and sometimes you just have to. And sometimes you just have to take the bad grade. You have to weigh the pros and cons with it.
Come in the morning, start working, go to class, come back, put more effort in, go to class, come back, repeat, stay late at night, and same thing day after day.
At a minimum 10 hours a week, and on the higher end, 40, 50 hours a week. And so if you multiply that by, the 40 weeks that we are actually building this car, it turns out to be an insurmountable amount of time and energy, many sleepless nights preparing the car, getting it ready to drive the next day, getting it ready for competition.
I haven't gotten much sleep the past 2 days. Tonight I'm going to get 3-4 hours, come back here at 6 a.m., get things done.
Man, my finals I didn't study for, oh my gosh, that's gone. I don't have any sleep. All the cash I have, I just spent towards going to Michigan. And it's oh, you're just drained out.
Okay, sweet. So we already have a minute.
Captains and seniors Jonathan Nunez and Noel Thomas have been along for the ride from the start of their college years, and really long before that, too.
So I think it was 4th grade, Fast and the Furious came out.
I've always been interested in cars and racing. Racing's a big part of my family.
So I started going on the internet and researching how engines worked and things like that.
My dad's always working on old cars. We're always going to races.
So I got my license when I was 16, and then I bought my car. It was a 1976 280Z. It's a cool car, but it's really slow. It only has 150 horsepower. So I raced my dad in his stock Civic, and he beat me with it, and I was that's terrible.
I saw that there was a Formula SAE team here at this school.
I put a Corvette engine in it. That coupled with the automotive technical classes I was taking in high school, basically just became a lifestyle.
I said, oh, I gotta check that out. And I've been coming every day since then.
Their development as engineers and leaders have coincided with the program's recent rise.
Watch out.
But as the hours pile up, competition draws close, and the collective tanks of its members slip toward empty, Gator Motorsports needs every cog in the machine working at maximum efficiency. Everyone has a task, and every piece's flawless construction is essential, down to the smallest suspension components.
It requires a team, it requires a village, and luckily we have the perfect village.
I love automobiles. I love working on my truck. I've worked on Camaros. I love cars. and at the same time, I love engineering. I love building stuff.
Not only do I get to drive a race car, but I get to design and build it from scratch. You can't get much more fun than that.
Bleary-eyed but unrelenting in their razor-like determination, these worker bees flit around the garage, fine-tuning an instrument whose sole purpose is to rocket around a track 1 inch from the ground. And all that design, all that construction, toying with the engine, creating mounts for accurate temperature reads, a year's worth of work, coalesces down to 4 days on a track.
Nerve-wracking. You spend the entire year building this car, and you have 4 days to prove that you did a good job against 126 teams from around the world, from Germany, from Australia, from Japan. It's definitely a heart-pounding experience.
I won't be happy or excited until the checker flag flies.
No, or I mean, so I guess so the issue is.
So then why do it? If a year's worth of work only culminates in more stresses, if grades, sleep, and free time are willingly slashed, well, of course there's the pragmatic answer, hands-on experience, but there's this one, too.
It's fun. It's fun as hell.
You have to learn how to make something that lasts a while, and it's very challenging. It's very worthwhile.
There's down times too, when you don't want to come back and maybe a big fight or a big problem. But then I remember that I get to drive a race car and build a race car, so I come back.
On their quest to be first across the finish line, Gator Motorsports gets infinitely more out of the process than any results could ever provide.
Just stepping back and thinking for a minute, even if you don't succeed, look how far you've come. Look at what you've accomplished, look at the people you've dealt with, look how much fun you've had, is definitely a good thing to do on a daily basis, and is it's calming every once in a while, because it reminds you that at the end of the day, it's not just how well you do, but the journey.
Now, each team puts their vehicle through multiple events in Michigan. Design, fuel economy, acceleration, that's just naming a few. And the cumulative score from the 8 events crowns the winner. Out of 110 teams at this year's competition, Gator Motorsports finished second.